Are the streamers canceled yet? Come on, WWE Copyright, get on it. Let's go. We're the only wrestling podcast brave enough to survive and stand up to the IWC, Roman Reigns entrance link, and Brock Lesnar back from the dead. WWE looked at the Bloodline. You know what this needs? Another tribal combat match. Meanwhile, CM Punk's been gone. Raw somehow starts feeling like SmackDown, and SmackDown starts feeling like NXT. And somehow, Danhausen is still cursing every Knicks opponent, and it's fucking working. Very nice, very evil, very concerning for the NBA. So hide your tribal chief necklace and prepare yourself for tribal combat. I accept.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance, talking that WWE, pro wrestling, and all the above. And we are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open Approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. And I'm here with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Combat Jones. Yeah. Complex Jones in the house, baby. Let's go. We in it. We back.
I got to say, this is a wrestling podcast, and we will get to pro wrestling in a little bit. I do have to say shout out, congratulations to Combat Jones for his New York Knicks making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, the farthest they have ever been in 20 plus years, 30 plus years. And I know they made it a couple years ago. Was it last year? A couple years ago?
Yeah,
Halliburton. And they fell short. Oh, yeah, that's right. Halliburton called it.
Son of a bitch.
But I got to say, man, he isn't in the way right now. But you know who is in the way? And I didn't have time to go out and get a cap. So we're just going to do it like this with a sticker. This is a Cleveland Cavaliers cap.
Oh,
go Cleveland.
You son of a bitch.
Cavs in 6, baby. Here we go.
No, Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5, baby. You already know. New York. Big Body Brunson, we're bringing it. And you better shut the fuck up, because I'm about to bring a bunch of fucking Kevin Hart roast jokes. And I'm about to cancel this whole podcast.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here
Let's go, Tony Hinchcliffe, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's go kill Tony, baby. Let's go. Bunch of haters. Haters. They don't know. We're comedy. Comedy, baby.
We've been gone for a long time, and there really isn't that many, that much excitement going on in the wrestling world right now. Almost. We're almost getting there.
We're on the cusp of what you could almost like equate to OnlyFans being canceled, and all the annoying people not having to get real jobs because streaming was almost completely canceled by WWE, it seemed. Live streaming, events, and the outrage was there. And why are you using my free content that I'm putting online about your billion-dollar product? But I'm going to be mad that before every WWE event, it literally says copyright. You cannot record this or put this on something. You sons of bitches. Yeah.
I love it, man. It's like, it's just that constant piggyback stuff. Come up with some original content like Ringside Renaissance. We don't do reviews. We don't really play content. We don't play video clips. We don't really dive into all that reactions. We've been asked to do live reactions, live watch-alongs. That sort of thing isn't our flavor, isn't our speed. We are more into the shit talking. When I'm watching wrestling, I don't want to be staring at a screen giving you fake reactions to everything going on. Oh my God, yeah. Kit Wilson's coming out. What a surprise.
Oh my God, give me an Emmy. Give me a Grammy. Or wait, no, save that for whatever. Give me a Oscar.
Give me a Graham.
Even.
Yeah,
give me a Graham. Give me an Oscar. Yeah.
And hopefully they can show us on the recap videos leading up to a PLE, and I could be famous for 5 seconds. And, you become part of the podcasting Illuminati. And we don't mess with that shit, man. We're in our own lane, along with Sam's on Wrestling and hitting the turnbuckle. And
we
Zeus
like
and
everybody else.
Yeah,
the streaming, it's funny. Sometimes I'll go on and watch and see what's going on. But if I'm going to watch a show, I'm going to watch it on TV, Yeah,
right.
We already been through this, So all you idiots, sit your $5 ass down before I have to make change.
Okay. There's a strike from YouTube.
Yes.
But that's what we do. We're cutting edge.
That's what we do,
intended.
baby. Yes.
We got a lot to go over. Saturday night's main events coming up. A gingerbread man got murdered.
Yep.
We got a lot of midgets were wreaking havoc in the pro wrestling world. The Cleveland Cavaliers got cursed. Roman Reigns.
So did everybody else.
I feel like we've taken a time machine back to 2021, I should say, with this whole bloodline situation going on. Gunther, will he, won't he? There's a lot of stuff going on, man. But
why does Cody Rhodes have to beg Gunther to challenge him to fight?
It's ass backwards.
What the fuck is going on? I don't get it.
Gunther had all the momentum.
Yeah.
The problem with Gunther is like having that that put together match at WrestleMania, which was arguably one of the best matches of WrestleMania, but like he kind of just lost all of his thunder after that. Like everything kind of just went out the window. I mean, Seth Rollins is still feuding with the Vision and that whole thing is going on, but I don't know. If you're not going to put the title on Gunther, why even have this feud building? Because it's just going to kill him in the
Seth
long
and
run.
Gunther after that either. It was just ended and Seth straight to the Vision, which seems like freaking
Groundhog Day.
That's what I feel like watching fucking Raw and SmackDown right now half the time.
It is. It's the same recycled stuff, And
besides seeing
AI.
Danhausen and Kit Wilson, I'm excited to see them. The whole Jacob Fatu thing with Roman Reigns, I like the one like silver lining with it. If you want to call me a hater, because I don't, I'm not down with it all. But
You're
the
a
one
hater.
I'm a hater. CM Punk should be here. Things would be so much better if he would have retained the title at WrestleMania. But at the same time, now I don't think he was. I'm glad he's gone. I think it's good. He deserves his time off, I believe, and speculation is that he's going to come back around the Raw or SmackDown that's in Chicago.
Okay.
Allegedly, he was taken off of like a lot of the European dates and so on and so forth, and that's in early July. So, and we had heard that about Roman Reigns too with his whole schedule, and then that changed, and now he's back. They were saying he wasn't going to be there, so good for Punk to get some time off. He deserves it, especially after everything he had done and put that work in with the title, with his wife AJ. She needs a time off, which will be maybe extended or who knows. And then obviously with Larry and the dog, and then just everything going hard for the past two years now or whatever.
Yeah, the irony of this whole thing is that like when CM Punk won the title after Seth Rollins got hurt and stuff, and that whole like arc leading into WrestleMania season and everything else, like Raw felt hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like CM Punk was defending the title. He's putting on arguably his best matches of since he's returned to wrestling. He had a great match against Finn Balor. He was just hitting bangers, and Roman Reigns came back. He won the Royal Rumble, and his whole story and his whole like demeanor and stuff was, "Oh, I gave the keys to the kingdom, and you guys all fumbled it." But like as soon as he became champion again, everything's boring now. Like the whole,
it's just like aura farming, like they want to call it or whatever. Like that's all he does. He comes out, puts a one up, and he says, "Acknowledge whatever city you are, acknowledge me." Just like Punk did, isn't it great to be alive on wherever on a Monday night? You want to talk shit about that or cookie cutter shit, but you do the same damn shit. And then like the silver lining of the Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu thing, I think, is that Jacob Fatu has kind of got back to the beginning of when he came into WWE, where he like really seemed like that loose cannon, like crazy freaking werewolf guy, you know, of where he kind of was at in the indies. And I feel like he kind of had got away from that for a while with some of his other matches, and they weren't quite like crazy, like unhinged like he seems now. But we have Roman, you know, being challenged to tribal combat and just saying I accept. Like you can't like make it a little more like freaking dramatic, or like cut a little bit better promo with what the hell is going on. It's been the same thing back and forth, and now we got the Usos, and they're getting choked out, and you know, Roman needs help with the Usos now, so back again.
It's the same, like I said, rinse and repeat.
That ain't even enough to keep the werewolf down. Like,
bro, Jey Uso even had to cut his hair, and it's like what is going on right now? Like I like I said, I feel like I'm in like 2021 wrestling. The whole thing that this is missing, the piece of the piece de la resistance, if you will, is Paul Heyman is the one that drove the drama and drove the narrative of that whole bloodline story and the head of the table story and everything else. Like having Roman Reigns leading the ship right now, like he, you know, he's all right on the mic, whatever, but like Paul Heyman's the narrator, you know, he's the one that kind of makes everything stirs the drink, if you will, and it just feels like it's missing something, you know. I don't know, you know, I feel like this is going to lead to Jacob Fatu losing and then becoming a part of the bloodline and being that new enforcer like Solo Sikoa was at one point. And I just don't know if I'm feeling it, man. Like
where does it go past that? Because like you said, that's happening, and it's leading to Clash in Italy or Milan. Italy. So that's skipping over Saturday Night Main Event, and in the first place, right? So there's nothing to do with that that, which is kind of like, eh. And then so when we get to Clash in Italy, and we get a result from this match, you know, it's like it could go like one of three ways in a sense. Like it's like, yeah, Jacob's going to join Roman finally, or do we get like a new member of the bloodline? Do we get Zilla Fatu popping up and taking a side, or do we get like the Usos like change, like you know,
turncoats and join Jacob?
They could, but like it seems interesting in some ways. Like I see like a little bit of like stuff planted. It seems like maybe with Jacob and them, like but at the same time, it seems like too early for that to happen in the story, for like a long-term storytelling thing for Roman Reigns. Like why are they going to put the title on him to get it right off of him for the summer? Like like he's got to go into SummerSlam as a champion, right?
Yeah, I agree. And like I think this is just a social experiment to see, like, you know, TKO, we all have our opinions on it. I'm not going to get into that whole bundle of bullshit, but like they were gouging people with ticket prices. People were paying ridiculous amounts. They're still paying ridiculous amounts, but everything started to dip a little bit from the bloodline story and Cody finishing the story from that. It's been 2 years, but like everything's kind of dipped down since then. It's kind of cooled off, if you will. And I think this was kind of like their grasp at straws to try to like, try to get everything back up and get the momentum shifted and everything back. We have Cody and Roman as champions now. So like, that's going to boost it even more. And it's almost like you watch Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's almost like
20 times.
I've only watched it one time all the way through.
Wow.
So
holy shit. No, I've watched it like 10 times. Literally.
I don't want to go back through and rewatch it because I'm afraid it's going to like, I'm going to find like stuff that I don't like about it. It's like so perfect in my head. I'm like, I don't want to rewatch it.
You find better. You find more stuff that it's better.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, it's almost like how perfect, like the blue,
the blue.
But you know how perfect Breaking Bad was, and like how it ended and the whole thing. And then they came out with that movie El Camino a few years later, and it was like, what is this dog shit? Like that's what I feel like with the bloodline now. I didn't like El Camino. Oh man, I don't like El Camino at all.
I like the ending at least. I like Jesse getting out and, you know, making his life and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
shout out Jesse gang.
Yeah, Jesse's the man. Yeah, you know, like it could have been way more over the top in the end, that movie, and more to it. Yes, I agree with that. But yeah, that's what it's like with this whole bloodline thing. It's like, yeah. Well, and the question is, who is Roman going to face at SummerSlam? What does this lead to for Roman at SummerSlam with the championship?
Yeah, do you think
same
it's
time with
almost
Cody.
And like that's kind of a nice segue
Seth,
into.
but that doesn't make
I was thinking Seth Rollins, but like WWE's got to be very careful with this whole Seth Rollins thing with the Vision, because I know like Montez Ford and
I don't even get me on it. I don't care for them in the storyline. It makes no sense. Like they're just
I
interjecting. Like and then for it to be like the main event and for Raw to go off the air with this constantly, or whatever brand it is, like I don't like it.
But to me, you know, I understand the Street Profits thing, and Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are awesome. I understand that. But like, to me, it's almost like the Vision has to win this feud with Seth Rollins. Like, if the Vision doesn't win, right? I feel like Braun Breaker
make him. Yes.
And it's like, how long are they going to drag this out till Bronson Reed comes back? Is there, you know what I mean? Like, what is the timeline here? But like at the end, I think that the Vision has to win, man. You're building a new star. Like Seth Rollins is established, but then if he loses the feud with the Vision, then he's not in line to face Roman for the title. So like at that point, who would face Roman for the title? Like there's nobody. I can see like LA Knight coming up, because this is all like we were saying, it's all rinse and repeat. Like LA Knight fought the Bloodline, but he's almost like the Kevin Owens of this story, like coming in and trying to take down the Bloodline. And
we are else. I believe we'll have Money in the Bank before SummerSlam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that changes things a lot. That could really like throw a monkey wrench in everything. We don't know who could win that, and that could be for whatever it is. Yeah, LA Knight's been dangled that for a while. CM Punk would be a great thing to put in. I think everybody was expecting we're gonna get Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam, but of course that's not happening with Brock Lesnar now. And I'm kind of glad they brought back Brock, even though like he did technically retire and allegedly, not technically, he never put out a statement or notice. He just took his boots off, which is what it is. But for him to do SummerSlam like at his hometown, pretty much, or wherever it is, Minneapolis, and go against Oba and go out that way, like I'm cool with that. I like that better, honestly. Save Oba and Roman for down the line, if so.
I'm just curious. Like I wouldn't hate LA Knight with the way the story was built with him, with the Usos, the way they interacted leading up to WrestleMania. Are you with them? Are you against them? We don't want the Bloodline back. If he was the one to eventually dethrone Roman Reigns, like I wouldn't hate that whatsoever. Like that wouldn't be a problem whatsoever for me, but it's not going to happen. So it was like LA Knight would be awesome in that situation, in that scenario. And
if you think about
LA Knight fan.
Yeah. As an LA Knight fan, if you think about it, like if you were gonna put LA Knight over, like this would be the best way to.
This is the spot. This is
the spot. Like, and who would be better to beat than Roman, Cody, or Punk? Them three, and Roman's like at the mountaintop. Obviously, he's a champion. So obviously, Roman, he's got the most aura out of everybody. And LA Knight had his problems trying with Roman at the Bloodline in the past too, and was screwed over, right? So it's not like they got a little bit of a history too.
Imagine the scenario where,
but that's not Money in the Bank. That's a match. We're talking a match.
I'm completely
right?
fantasy booking here, but like imagine, because there's been that narrative too that like LA Knight never wins Money in the Bank and he always should win it and whatever.
Yeah.
If he won Money in the Bank and just say SummerSlam was Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, the Vision wins the feud against Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker gets the title shot. Roman Reigns wins the match at WrestleMania. Or at SummerSlam, I'm sorry. Everybody's acknowledging whatever. LA Knight's music hits, right? That place would lose their fucking shit real quick.
Yeah.
He comes out, cashes in, wins the title, whatever, because that would be a big FU to the Vision as well, because LA Knight still had that ongoing feud with the Vision leading up to WrestleMania, wins the title when Braun Breaker should have won it. Like, that's where they should go. Like, why are we not on the writer board?
And that would make sense too. But then we would have, if Braun's going against Roman, then we have Paul Heyman going against Roman, and it's back to that too. And they can play in with that and have the numbers game. And then Roman will have the numbers game with him, with the Usos and Jacob Fatu, if that's how it turns out to be also. And if so, we'll have another Money in the Bank cash in at a SummerSlam too.
And I like what you said about CM Punk coming back or whatever, but they've really planted the seed. CM Punk's coming back for Cody Rhodes. He's not coming back for Roman. So
that would kind of line up too for SummerSlam if that's how it's going to work. If he's going to come back in July and then SummerSlam is in August, I assume. Yeah. And then we have like the Gunther stuff going on before that. It kind of leads to Punk. Yeah. So yeah, who does Roman? Yeah, I guess Roman and Braun and Punk and Cody. That's and Oba and Brock. That's a good SummerSlam.
Do you think Oba and Brock's going to be SummerSlam? I thought that'd be Clash in Italy.
No, I mean it's early to happen, but people had talked that there was all the the scuttlebutt and the dirt sheets about how Brock actually was supposed to stay till SummerSlam and not retire, and that whole thing he did was on his own, and it was part of his contract to go out in Minneapolis, and that's how he wants to go out. Allegedly, that people know him, and he talks to personally. Like, who the fuck would know that shit? But I think it makes sense for him for it to be his last match if that's what he's going to do, because that's where they consider his home or whatever in SummerSlam. Well, but I don't know who would be better with Oba than Brock at that point. Oba's like Oba. The problem with Oba. They got to be careful with Oba, like we talked about last time now, because you're making him too like he squashes everybody, right?
Everybody.
So it's like now you put him up against like how does this is gonna fit? How do we bring him back down to reality too at some point where he seems like he is overpowering, he can beat anybody, but he's still got to be able to be beat too.
Maybe that's why they brought Brock back. And, not necessarily the next time they fight that Brock will win. Because I heard there was going to be this is going to be like a 3-match series or whatever.
Oh, and, okay. Well, they could be another one too. Then that makes sense. They could, they could get one done before they wrestle
at Clash in Italy, and
Brock gets it.
Brock wins, and then the third match is in Oba Femi, at SummerSlam with Oba Femi. But
because I don't think Brock has to win at the end. Like, I'm pretty sure he's and they will get more competitive, and we'll see the differences that they can bring out of these 3 matches altogether. So that should be interesting, and they should go longer and go crazier to an extent now. With preparation, you would think, with psychologically and physically, from what we had at Mania, like it shouldn't be as easy for Oba to win, right?
Now, do you think that the whole story, the narrative of Brock Lesnar just not wanting Gunther to retire him, do you think that's still at play? Do you think it might be Gunther and Brock at SummerSlam? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I really
open.
Don't know. Yeah.
I guess that's an open thing, but it seemed like if you're gonna retire and then you're gonna come back, for one person for one thing, but it is early. I'll say that. I don't understand. If it's SummerSlam, that's a long ways to drag it out between Brock and Oba. Is Oba just doing open challenges all the way till then too?
It's cool the way
it's cool, but it's not, because you run out of people, and at what point? It's just a squash match at the end of the day. And how many people are we going to squash to show that have no chance against certain people? And then, how many big names would you actually put out there? They're not going to get squashed. They're not going to let that happen. That makes them look weak. So it's almost like an open challenge. What's going to happen for the most part. Unfortunately, they've done good jobs at some open challenges with belts and titles, but it's
maybe that's
a gimmick.
They brought Brock back too, though, because they didn't really have a
to make it interesting
competitive challenger.
I agree
for Oba Femi, and they think maybe bringing Brock back could put him in danger. This is this is almost like the Road Warriors effect. It was very few tag teams that could actually make them look like they were put in danger, because they were so big and so menacing. So maybe they need somebody like Brock Lesnar to kind of, like you said, knock Oba Femi down a few notches and show us that he can be put in peril. Or maybe they should just have Ricky Saints come over and fight him. But
yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, he's done it before. He beat him
He's done
before.
it before. Yeah.
Who else did? Ethan Page, or was it just Ricky Saints? I don't know, but
I
yeah,
can't
I mean,
remember.
Gunther. Yeah, Gunther is a good choice too. I mean, Gunther versus Oba at SummerSlam is a good match too. Nobody can dispute that. You know, I don't know who Gunther would go to after this whole thing. Honestly, with
Yeah.
Cody, like, and it's not. Does it go all the way to SummerSlam? No. We keep forgetting we got Money in the Bank too, and whatever else. So it's like, it's weird. I guess it'll be interesting by the time we get to Money in the Bank and that happens. Then we'll really see where the fuck we're at for SummerSlam. Until then, there's so many things up in the air that that it's hard to judge off what the card would be.
It's just a weird mix of everything right now. It just seems like there's so many stars and there's so many like key players and all the storylines, but it just doesn't seem like anything's meshing well together right now. I mean,
and it's flat too in some senses. The women stuff is interesting. I'll get to that, and we'll get to that in a moment. But the Finn Balor JD McDonough match was pretty crazy on Raw.
Yeah,
pretty nuts.
Pretty AEW. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it, and I love, we love that Finn's back doing the thing, and he go back to babyface just like that. And
yeah, beautiful.
But where does that leave him for SummerSlam? Like, he can't just keep fighting Dom and JD McDonough over and over. By the time we get to SummerSlam, so maybe he'd be in a, Money in the Bank ladder match or something. I mean, Dirty Dom for Money in the Bank? Too early.
That's
still?
A tough one.
He's still AAA, so right. So yeah.
He's been coming off a string of losses. Like I don't know, man. Like Money in the Bank's so wide open right now. A young talent, maybe, you know what I mean? Like somebody up and coming. Ethan Page is fighting Penta at Saturday Night's Main Event for the Intercontinental title. Does he beat Penta? Then Penta's in line for the Money in the Bank. Like I don't know.
I don't
man.
like that.
You don't
like
see Penta as a world champion? No,
I don't like it. No, not really.
No. Oh man,
no. He's more of like a mid-carder to me. Like I like it, but I think like, and I don't mean disrespect by it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a high-selling merch person with the mass and everything. But I think he's like such a solid mid-card guy that can be relied on.
Yeah,
and do all this stuff.
I agree.
Like, you don't want to like jeopardize that to a certain extent and put him up too high. So like, he falls lower than that, because he just shows up, he does his thing, he's got his entrance, he's got his walk, he's got everything cemented. It's like, do we really need to? Can he be like the face of a company, or whether what belt it is, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I agree with you. I'm not exactly sure, like I said, where they're going with the Money in the Bank thing. I do agree with you. They do need the mid-card stars seem to kind of be shining right now. And the problem that I feel like with the world champion and the WWE championship right now is that on Raw, there's too many, on both of them really, there's too many babyface like main event guys and not enough heel guys that you want to lose. Like, you have Gunther, obviously, but like there's not very many heel wrestlers that you really want to like lose in big matches right now. So like Cody Rhodes is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, who's going to challenge him? That's going to be like a credible. You want somebody that faces the champions that it's not like, oh, we know who's going to win this. I mean, Jacob Fatu, we know that Roman Reigns is going to win that, and I'm not excited for that match. Like, oh yeah, they're going to put on a banger, but it's like, no, at the end of the day, it's tribal combat. We already know how this goes. We saw this for 3 years. Like, Roman Reigns is going to swindle his way and win. It's going to raise the fingers at the end.
Or something's going to happen. Yeah, like
it's the same stuff like every single time. So it's like, what? Every single tribal combat match except for the one that Cody Rhodes won, and he had to bring everybody out of retirement except for Stone Cold Steve Austin for it. Like it's the same shit every single time. I don't want to see that shit again. Like, it's over. Like, it's done. put a period at the end of it, move on to the next storyline. CM Punk was cooking with that title, and they took it away just to have whatever the fuck this is going on right now. And I know I was raising the ones to the sky before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I was doing it basically to fucking bust your balls, but like right now my balls are busted because like I'm watching Raw and I'm like, why am I even doing this right now? Like I want CM Punk, baby. I want
Me
Cody
too.
Rhodes to switch over. Like, you know what? The Bloodline worked on SmackDown. Put that shit over on SmackDown. Put Cody over on Raw. Let's get something rolling over there. Like, figure it out. But I gotta tell you, a lot of the call-ups. We want Roman back on SmackDown. But, you know, like some of the call-ups, man, and we haven't really touched on this very much, I don't think, recently. I know we took some time off, but like Ruca coming up, and Ethan Page coming up, and Ricky Saints coming up, and even Joe Hendry on Raw coming up.
Yeah.
Like all of this stuff feels very, very like fresh, and it's like nice. And it's like, you know, we don't have to wait till a draft or anything like that. It's like all of these like new faces coming up. It feels really good. And, you know, Joe Hendry's feuding with the Vision right now, so why don't they have him in instead of the Street Profits in with Seth Rollins? You know what I mean? Like they're gonna fumble one of these guys. Ruca is going against Becky Lynch for the women's IC title.
She's been doing great. She seems like she's awesome. In her element. Awesome. Like she not too big for the moment. Her promos,
everything besides her finisher is great.
When she hits it right, it's great. Yeah. But you know, and you're in with Becky, so Becky's gonna make it over. And then she had a great match with Liv too. And when she first came up and showed up and she lost, and she's still even more over because of it. And same with what's going on with Becky. But yeah, she don't look like she's gonna fumble the moment at all. You know, doesn't look like she's shaking, holding the microphone with what she has to say. Like she's there, and like it's one of the few. It's not, you know, like I like her better than like Tiffany Stratton, personality wise, moveset wise, and everything.
100%.
And that goes back to a lot of where the WWE is getting their talents. These are like gymnastic people, and these people from like these Division I or whatever it is schools, right? So it's like you don't get that many that actually carry over, that turn out like good, that have both, you know, the promos and the skill set and the moves, and not only just being able to do flips, the moves, but to be able to incorporate it the right way to how it fits with wrestling and how it fits with WWE's style of wrestling too. And it's not just doing somersaults, you know, off the ropes and back and forth, or a moonsault because you could flip. Like you're doing something different, at least with Soul Snatcher. Like it was a gymnastic move, and she changed it and combined it with a wrestling move and made it a move. You're not just doing a somersault and, you know.
I feel like in a lot of ways too, a lot of these like D1 athletes, like Obafemi was one of them, you know, but like he
Trick
came
Williams,
and he like really, and they took to the business. And I feel like they maybe, even if they weren't fans when they were younger, they are fans of the business now. And like, I like seeing that, but like, and I'm not saying anything, Tiffany Stratton, I'm sure she's a great person with fake boobs and lips, but like I just feel like it's almost like some people, to me, I take it as like they're taking WWE or pro wrestling in general as like a stepping stone to like where they want to go next, movies or whatever, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of like what she does.
And they gotta be careful too when you're being recruited by WWE, because in the end, like you're an independent contractor for WWE when you sign a contract with them, and you're coming out of your element, out of what you know, and you're putting all your eggs in one basket for the most part. And 2 years later or 5 years later, after you put in all this work in NXT, and then you make the main roster, and then a year or two later you're not over anymore, and you're let go, and then what? Then what do you go back to? So it's quite the gamble too to you know. At least they got their degrees, I guess, technically, or whatever. But still, like it's a gamble with whoever you get. And then you got like Javon Evans. Like I love Javon Evans, and he seems to like really be taken to everything too, and like wanting to really be put in putting in the work and learning behind the scenes when you hear all these different, legends and people that are training with him and that have helped him and talk about him and what he's doing. So I think he's the future too. And if you look him up like on the indies before, like he had made it into there even, he was a little more edgier too, to a certain extent. So I think he's got some more upside and personality to bring out too, that it's just going to get better and better, that we probably can't even like comprehend yet to see where his personality and his character will take him too.
Right. That's, there's always the size factor with him. I'm not concerned about it. He's young too, but
Yeah.
man, at some point, where does WWE kind of have to take the risk maybe? And they're playing it very safe lately. I feel like in general, like their feuds, their storylines, their builds, their champions, everything they're playing very safe because you don't want to play with the company's money. But at
that was
what point are they
WrestleMania too? Going
Exactly,
into
very
WrestleMania,
safe.
besides
Yes.
Punk and Roman, if we wouldn't have had Punk and Roman, how would you have looked at WrestleMania?
Yeah, not really that great.
Randy's gone.
I mean,
Kevin
whatever
Owens
happened to
still
Randy
gone.
Orton? You know what's
Randy's
funny
gone.
about that?
Yeah.
We're gonna pivot off this because
we got Brock
it's
Lesnar
funny-
back before Randy Orton.
It's funny you say that because it's funny you say that because Randy Orton lost at WrestleMania, punted Cody's face like, oh man, this feud's gonna continue, and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, whatever happened to Randy Orton? Like, we got to put him on milk cartons or something. Like, what is going on? I really just don't understand. If you were going to have him just take some time off, why do that punt in the first place? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Or say he's suspended or something, or that he's released because of it, and make up like a storyline to go with it if he's at least going to be off. Like that's the least they could have done. And then the comeback before Brock Lesnar, which retired, and I hope that with this whole Gunther and Cody thing, that Randy doesn't show up and punt them again, and then that leads to Cody versus Randy Part 2 at SummerSlam, because I don't want to see that.
That could be a thing. That could be the out
Randy
for the match
could win,
because
or with Money in the Bank could work in, I guess, with that too. Punk, let Punk win Money in the Bank and fucking cash in on Cody versus Randy and cash in on Cody or something. Nah, that needs its own build up.
Combat Jones' wet dream. No, but all seriousness though, like this whole Cody versus Gunther thing, you really don't want either one of them to lose. So Randy coming in and punting Cody, causing a DQ, that's probably the best way to finish that match, honestly. Like, so there's no downside to either one of them, like Cody obviously isn't going to lose. Gunther doesn't have to lose and lose momentum. Like, have Randy
Gunther
come back
don't like that either, though. And Gunther and Randy have had problems. So, but we got Randy being the bad guy in that situation. So does that lead to something down the line? And the throw Punk in, like I said, with the Money in the Bank, it would be great to see him win Money in the Bank too. But it's better for a new superstar, somebody that hasn't, or or something else, and to say what Punk cashing in it, if we're gonna do Punk and Cody, like, we need the promos, we need everything, because we know it's gonna deliver 1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if we can't jump the gun on that unless it's gonna happen after that would happen. But
do you think this year's Money in the Bank, looking ahead, do you think that they have to go young and up and coming this year and not like established talent? Because last year they had Seth Rollins win, the year before it was Drew McIntyre. So you think it's like now it's somebody that's got to be like up and coming?
I think it would be cool to see, Ricky Saints get it or be in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that could lead
I think his personality would go.
I just
want
to see him and Cody and Punk in the ring at the same time going at each other or something, or a triple threat would be cool. It's going to take some time for Ricky to build himself up, though, I think, on the main roster to get to a point like that. But with the Money in the Bank, you never know, right? Or Ethan Page, like he's been great too, and he's in that position. But it's possible he might have the title, the IC title, so that might not be a thing for him, and I think Ethan Page could do good holding on to the IC title probably, and having some feuds with that, because he's a great heel, and he understands the moment too, right?
Yeah, Yeah. I think Ricky Saints having that title and teasing Cody to come take the title and stuff, that story's just there. I mean, his personality too. Like a lot of times, like the Money in the Bank briefcase, like someone's personality can like make that even better, you know? And I think his like little arrogant little whatever strutting around with it and whatever and teasing Willie Woney, I think that just would be awesome. It would really, really do well for him. But
it's a good story.
Yeah, I think they would have to go young, man. And I don't really, like I said, I don't want to look too far ahead into it, but I need something. Like I said, I think at a certain point, WWE has to pull the trigger with some of these young guys and just take the chance, you know. And I'd really like to see some of the guys get their shine. You know what I mean? And let it happen. You know what? You always have these old veterans you can fall back on if something doesn't work out. If it's like just not. What are they going to do? Put the title on Danhausen because he's the #1 merch seller? Like that's not going to happen. Like at some point, you need to have one of these guys. Maybe that's why Ethan Page is really getting a boost right to the IC title picture right away and everything else. You know what I mean? Like maybe they need to. Maybe they're trying to test the waters a little bit and see what's going on with it. But
and you could almost see like because at the end of the day, Danhausen is so over and he's so funny with every little thing he does with the mini Housens or you know finds a new way to do something. And he's on ESPN, he's on everything. Like he's just Chipotle Hausen. Like forget about it everywhere. Like it's.
He was on Twitter today with an AFI shirt.
Yeah, so, he's always on. Awesome. He's always showing AFI, and we love AFI, of course. You know, since the beginning. AFI.
Shout out Davey Havoc. I mean, up until Sing the Sorrow. Yeah. Well, but anyway, do you want to get into the last good one, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with the women too, it's interesting. We don't quite. And who the hell's the champion on SmackDown again? Is it Rhea Ripley?
Yeah. She beat Jade Cargill.
What the hell's going on with that?
I don't know,
feel no
man.
hype. I don't feel no hype with that. I feel like the Asuka and the Io Sky storyline is bigger than that. Right? Well, Asuka's gone, retired, or for now at least, right? And Io Sky's almost
Io just got married, so she's gone. So
yeah. And Stephanie Vaquer, there's like something weird going on with that too. Like she's gone. Liv's the champion, but who's really coming for Liv at this point? I almost would break up Paige and Brie with the tag team and have like Paige go after Liv or something like that to be fresh and you know new versus old. And I think they could maybe get some good promos at each other. I think they could kind of mesh to a certain extent. Or it's going to lead with the Money in the Bank with the women with Roxanne, because I think Roxanne is probably next up too with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
or
she's
Raquel.
the one that's going to dethrone Liv.
Yeah,
they've had the whole like seeds planted. Is she going to be with Finn? Is she going to stay at the Judgment Day? Is everything whatever? She's got to be the one to dethrone Liv. I mean, that's going to push her right to the moon. And I think she's ready for it. As much as I don't really care for her, honestly, but. Yeah, it just seems that's the right move, unless somebody gets injured, because you know, knock on wood, somebody's always getting injured and really messing with plans and stuff. But
so the women's stuff is not, you know, with what's going on, like Lash Legend, we got Nia Jax too. Nothing's happening with that. Jade Cargill, what's going on with that now too? Like there's a lot after Mania, man. It blew up a lot of stuff, and then. There's nothing to really build off afterwards that they've really gone on with. It's kind of reset, I guess. So, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley gonna go at it now. They're gonna get that spot. Like I'm
gonna say this. You're probably not gonna follow along, but this is almost like the MCU after Avengers Endgame. Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh wow, you do. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally agree.
I didn't think you knew.
We go to the Eternals afterwards, and I'm like,
here we go. Okay.
Fuck is this? Like this?
It's like you blew such a big load in Avengers
I've ever seen. Yeah. No, it'll never get better than Civil War and Endgame and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. You really impressed me right here.
Yeah. They've had a few decent things in between, like a couple, but like nothing to that extent where it's like you jump the shark and that's it. Yeah.
Thanks for following us on the Screen Squad. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for this review of the MCU. All right, man. Saturday night's main event comes this Saturday. We got taken by surprise. We thought it was next Saturday, but here we go. Actually, I like this Saturday night's main event a lot because there's not like a huge feud, a huge match, a huge whatever, and like nothing ever happens in big matches on Saturday night's main event. The champion always retains or whatever. So the fact that this is kind of just some like younger people kind of showing their stuff a little bit, I'm okay with it, man. We have and for the first time in how long ever, besides like a Raw or SmackDown, we have more women's matches on the card than men's matches. Like, here we go. Shout out TKO. We have Paige and Brie Bella defending their championships against the Irresistible Forces, Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I think this is the time where they're going to drop the titles. It was a kind of cute little story, Paige coming back. But like you said, I think Paige would be better off in a singles run right now. Maybe Nikki Bella's getting healthy, so they need to move the titles
and
off.
Nikki needs to be
Paige
with Brie.
Yeah. So I think this is the time to do it.
Mania moment, and that's what it was, and that's what they used it for. And in reality, Paige, it would have been better her coming in solo and getting her flowers like that, and hope that like I said, that'd be cool if she goes on to do that now with, Liv or something like that. Rhea,
we know Paige. We know Paige doesn't go solo. She's usually got a couple partners with her, but
exactly, yes.
But yeah, I'd have to say the Irresistible Forces win this match. As much as I don't like it, I guess they don't really have much for Lash Legend right now, but if this is what they're going to do to kind of keep her in the spotlight, do it, because I'm a big fan of Lash Legend.
Yep. I agree.
Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. I don't think this is for the title. I think it's just a singles match, right? I really don't.
Sol Ruca challenged her for the title, and Becky said, wait, you think it's a title shot? No. So I think it's more like she's got to prove herself, unless it gets changed by Adam Pearce or something in the meantime or something like that. But that can't happen because it's a Saturday. So no, it's just a regular match. So I think Sol Ruca could actually win this one.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be some shenanigans? Maybe a Jessica Carr callback?
Okay, yeah, that we'll go with that. That's what we'll do. And then she gets her soul snatched, and that's that. What better than on Saturday night is to get your soul snatched?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Soul snatcher.
The match starts and Jessica Carr is the referee. We both predict that Sol Ruca is going to win the match.
Yep.
I'm pissed they didn't really ever do anything with that, man. They had that like right in the palm of their hands, and then just never really executed with it. So still can. Saturday's main event. Don't let us down.
Still there. Yep.
That's right. All right, we have Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the baddies, Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. It's a 6-women's tag match. I don't like this at all. You need to, like, if you're going to have Rhea Ripley as the champion, you need to have her stand solo and really kind of go at it.
Who do you got?
Who do I got? I mean, Rhea Ripley's got to win this match. I mean, come
on. Oh, okay. Rhea Ripley's team. Yeah.
I was thinking kind of like, because I think they're going to lean more towards like a Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley feud. Maybe something happening which causes them the match, and then it has something boiling over after the match, at least, because Charlotte and Rhea, I think, is where they're going.
I feel like it's one or the other. It's like either got to be Charlotte and Rhea or Charlotte and Jade coming out of this in some type of way, now, and that could be them having friction, Rhea and Charlotte, and that's why they lose. And then that leads to them down the line. I guess they don't have to lose. They could still do it regardless. But we still need Jade and Charlotte, too, at the same time. And we are going to get it in this match, but one-on-one to see.
I'm going to go with Jade Cargill's team just because I don't remember ever seeing Michin or B-Fab win a match.
Okay.
So this would be their first win in WWE in like 2 years, probably. So hey, go Michin and B-Fab. I'm gonna go with Jade Cargill.
And they can go too. They've been putting in their work. Like they're gonna help carry Jade. Jade gonna do the heavy. They're gonna do the heavy lifting. Jade gonna be there to do the jaded. And liquor finger hand for the pin. Over who?
Yeah,
over
I just
Rhea?
gotta say
over
real
Charlotte?
quick.
Or Alexis
I just gotta say
taking the pin.
That's it. Alexis taking the pin. I gotta say real quick, shout out to our friend Mikey. He just posted. He just got out of jail, so we're
Mikey. Oh,
let's go, Mikey. Yeah, he just.
He's going crazy at
ball
these,
as well,
these
Mikey.
streaming events. Like I thought.
Yeah, man. I thought things were turning around, pal. We need to
keep your head up, Mikey.
Keep your head up, Mikey.
Doing good. He was just out here
T's
living
and
his
P's,
life.
bro.
He must have, lost in the sauce. All good.
All right, the tag team match for the tag team championship. We have the Vision, the champions, Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Street Profits, Hawkins and Montez Ford, obviously, or Dawkins. I'm sorry, Montez Ford.
Yeah. I don't know who should win this one. I mean, if they're trying to go with this whole tag team thing and get it off the Vision and do something with the Street Profits and like actually push them, I guess give them the titles, but I'm not really. I'm kind of over the Street Profits at this point. Like,
wow. Okay.
I think they're great. No, they're good and everything, but it's almost like they need like a revamp to a certain extent. And it's almost like they did try that with them being like a little more like less like frat boy party, red cup things and like and all that stuff, and more just like straight to business shit, like beat your ass, but pause. I don't know. The Vision should probably hold on, but at the same time, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Logan Paul and especially Austin Theory, because he just takes L's left and right. And he can't talk on the microphone. Everything he says is stupid. Every time they hand him the microphone, it's just he just makes himself look horrible, in my opinion.
Can we just say him as the masked man really just failed?
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing failed. The only reason I'm going to say this, I think the Street Profits are going to win this, because I don't think it's going to be a long title run, because I think the Vision deserves to win it because they need to keep the momentum, but it's not going to be a long title run because Bianca Belair is probably going to give birth soon and, that whole thing. But it gives a credible babyface team for the Usos to kind of feud with now that they're in the bloodline and they're kind of like half face, half heel. And it'd be like a credible tag team to go against.
Do they even have time for that with fucking helping Roman out every week so Jacob doesn't completely destroy him?
I think they want that. God. They want that picture again. The picture from 2021, 2022 with them all holding up gold together, and Jacob Fatu is gonna reside to beating Penta for the Intercontinental title, and they're all gonna have gold together, and it's gonna be this great, lovely time. And why not Street Profits? Why not the Street Profits?
And Logan's got like this whole thing with Joe Henry, which they can milk for a while, I think.
Right.
And do something too. So it's almost like I don't know what the hell is Austin Theory's doing. Like,
he's doing Maxine Dupree.
He's okay, and he's the kind of the step in and like the guy to help Braun Breaker get his wins too. And the interference, the shenanigans, and that's what he can be used for, I guess, at the end of the day. And Paul Heyman can turn water into wine. Per se, right? So it is what it is. Yeah,
he is Jewish. That fits.
Yeah. Whoa.
The main event time. Which, if this is the main event, I am happy about this. Like, it'd be really awesome to see. We have the Intercontinental title. Penta defends against Ethan Page, bro. All ego Ethan Page, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know what? This is a big kick to Tony Khan's baby nuts, because two guys from AEW that he fumbled in this match, a high profile matchup. Man, oh man, I don't think that Ethan Page is going to win, but I think that they have a chance to tear the house down with this one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see either happening because Penta's been on a good run with the title, but I don't know what more he's gonna do with it. With who? That's the thing. Like, can it go back to Dom? Can it? Maybe Ethan can get it, and then Finn can go at it in some way. Like, what the hell is going to happen with Finn? That's the thing too. We think about that's a whole another subject. I'd like to see Ethan Page get the title because I think he did a good job with the titles in NXT and with the titles in AAA. Did he have titles or was he just part of the stories there? But regardless, in AAA, yeah. With Chelsea Green, right? Or was it another pro? Or
Ethan Page? Oh, he was just involved with the stories, I believe.
With the story, okay, yeah. But in NXT, he seemed to do great with all the titles there that they had on him and stuff like that. So I think it would be a fresh thing for the IC title for him to have it and him to cheat and get over too and kind of have his moment because they're gonna have to have a moment for Saturday Night Main Event, right? And we look at the match card and what really is it? Like that's got to be the main event.
Yeah, it's got to be.
If not the women's tag team championship, right? Or the men's or like the Vision. I guess it depends what they're planning on doing. Like, is Seth going to show up with that? Is Braun going to show up with that? Like, LA Knight going to show up with that? We don't know. Yeah.
I would totally have that tag match. That's going to be the hottest match of the whole thing. I mean, you could have like even argue like the 6 woman because of Rhea Ripley being the superstar and having that be the main event and whatever. But I would put the IC title front and center, man. You know what? You want to build these mid-card titles to be like a big thing, even though Trick Williams is not defending it. But I don't know. I really think that's potential. That's kind of like I was talking about with like maybe pulling the trigger on letting these younger stars kind of like take over and whatever. I know neither of them are young stars. I understand that, but like young in WWE terms, like maybe this is kind of them giving them enough rope to kind of see what they can do with it and see if they can get over and the reaction from all the live stream reactors online. If they get a bunch of crazy reactions from Con Man and all those other freaking people, like maybe hey.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I think it would be a good timing for Ethan Page. You know, you got to do it at the right time if you're going to try to put him over. And it's a good time to give him the IC title at a Saturday Night Main Event. It's not a giant PLE, but I mean, will the IC title even get a spot at like Clash in Italy or whatever, you know, or till SummerSlam? Probably not, or to Money in the Bank. So if you're going to have it change hands and you're going to do something big like that, you might as well do it at Saturday Night Main Event and put Ethan Page over and see how it goes and experiment with it and see how the universe takes to it. Yeah.
You never know, man. You know, so you're picking Ethan Page?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. I like it, man.
Yeah. Something new.
Yeah. Fortune favors the bold. I'm going to say Penta's going to win because, you know, that's just my...
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, what do you all think that is going to happen at Saturday Night's Main Event? Let us know in the comments. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. If this video makes 100 likes, I'm going to go buy a Sabrina Carpenter t-shirt and wear it on the next episode.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's impressive. Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything else on the fly.
Iceman, baby. It is. Yeah, shout out to Sam's on Sam's, Baby Sam. We're going to see you wrestle soon. We want them promos. We want to see you kick some ass, like we said last time. So, you know.
What do you think his wrestling attire would be? Do you think he just wear the little tights?
Ooh, yeah, the real little one.
With that meat hammer fucking sticking out. That'd be like a foreign object. I don't think he'd be able to have regular singles matches because that thing could be a loaded.
Yeah.
That'd be like a loaded weapon. Man, oh man.
The English tea bag.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the Vader, like the Yokozuna, English tea.
The bangers and mash,
the bangers and mash or the English tea bag. Just the Yokozuna drop on the chest.
He's gonna give you the big bend. He's gonna swing that thing around. The Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go.
Battle of the Napoleon.
The Napoleon. Man, oh man.
Oh, that's French. Whatever.
Go follow our friend Sam's on Wrestling. Baby Sam is training to become a pro wrestler. Big Sam, Ginger Sam, if you will, is a wrestling savant, knows a lot more about wrestling than a lot of people we know, even these stupid ass reactors online that don't have any fucking idea of the business.
Streamer, content creators, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever they call themselves. We don't want your help now. You can't rebuke yourself. They need to cancel all their channels for Christ's sakes.
Like, yeah, and don't watch our podcast and then go online and make videos right after saying exactly what we just said and try to act like it's an original idea. That really strokes me the wrong way when that happens. So just putting that out there for the world, the internet, you know.
Shout out to Mikey doing his thing. We support him. Mike, get on there, stream all you can. We hope everything's good. We're glad you're out the joint.
Yeah, stay home.
Out the bing.
Just stay home and stream.
We're glad you're home.
Out there turning up.
Free Mikey. You go and stream all you want. Like we're hoping you straight to the top. We're coming with you, baby, and vice versa. You already know.
That's right.
No pause there. Yeah.
No pause.
Yeah. So let's see what happens this next week coming up on WWE SmackDown and Saturday night's main event, and then Monday Night Raw, and where we're leading after that to Clash in Italy, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, etc., etc., etc. Yes.
etc.
Yes. And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. We are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. Shout out to AJ Galante. Yeah,
yes,
Danbury Trashers, baby. Yeah, and I'm here with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly, Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. No streaming here, bitch.